What is going on, guys? Johannes here, coming back at you with another video today. We are going on the tier list website once again, and football season is starting. Like I said, football season is starting soon, so what better could we do than a tier list, going through all the positions, hopefully all the positions, maybe just skill positions depending on what the website has. And we're starting off with the quarterbacks, QB1. Every single team, we're going to list it through S, A, B, C, and D tier. I'm kind of excited to see what my opinions are. I don't really think about it too often. I know obviously like Patrick Mahomes is S and Aaron Rodgers is S and kind of the top guys, but kind of in the middle, I don't really think about it that often. So should be exciting. All right, so starting off here with number 1, we have Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, something like that. I just know that from watching Undisputed with Skip Shannon. But Tom Brady's S tier. I mean, he's what, like 43, and he's killing it. Just won the Super Bowl. He's S tier. If you don't think he's S tier, you're a Patriots hater. You're a Tom Brady hater. Dude's the GOAT. So moving on to Joe Burrow, Joe Money B. I'm gonna put Joe Burrow in C. That feels kind of harsh. I'm feeling harsh. Joe Burrow's going to B. I know he got hurt. I know he doesn't have a lot of protection. I know he was a rookie last year, but he still got to prove it. I mean, you can't really be putting him above average if you haven't played that much. So Joe Burrow goes in B. Dak Prescott. I am a Cowboys fan. And Dak Prescott just got paid this offseason. It's tough, man. Call me biased, but I think Dak Prescott's A. Aside, I mean, it's a freak injury what happened with his ankle. Other than that, he's been one of the most durable quarterbacks in the league. Above average as a runner, above average as a passer, great leader. I mean, what more could you want in a quarterback? I mean, maybe a stronger, like, no one has a Patrick Mahomes-like arm except for Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. But Dak Prescott's an A quarterback. Moving on to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick is C. I mean, he has, like, stretches of, like, 4 weeks where he's the best quarterback in the NFL, and then he has the next 4 weeks where he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. So I wouldn't put him in D. He's not that bad. I wouldn't put him in B just because of the inconsistencies. So C's a good spot for him. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes goes right into S tier. There's nothing I need to say. Madden cover boy. I mean, what he does with the football is insane. I've never seen it before. I mean, you could say Dan Marino, but I wasn't alive. So, whatever. Now, this is actually Tyrod Taylor because Deshaun Watson isn't looking like he's not going to be starting this year for the Texans. And Tyrod Taylor is just kind of C. Doesn't give the ball away that much. Kind of conservative. Has decent legs. I mean, he's getting older now, but he's just kind of average. Sam Darnold. I want to put Sam Darnold in D just because he hasn't been that good in his career. And I think I'm going to. I feel bad for him. I mean, he's on the Jets, but I mean, it feels kind of harsh, but again, prove it to me. I mean, if he has a good year with C-Mac and DJ Moore on the Panthers, I'll put him in C. But he hasn't even been average. He's been below average. Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a stooge, okay? I'm putting Jared Goff. Nah, I can't put him. He's average. I mean, I was going to put him in D with Sam Darnold, but he's just average. There's a reason that they got rid of him. Moving along to Aaron Rodgers, they have Jordan Love paired with him. Jordan Love isn't starting. Aaron Rodgers is S tier. He won MVP last year, showed everyone why they shouldn't have drafted Jordan Love. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, hands down. Sam Wilson. Wait. What's his first name? Zach Wilson. Holy. Zach Wilson, I'm kind of indecisive on. Like, based on what I have right now, I should put him in D because he's a rookie. So I don't even know if he's average right now, so I'm going to put him in D. He's going into a bad situation. I don't really know much about him. Other than that, his arm talent's nice, but I'm just going to put him in D. Hasn't been proven yet. I'll put him at the top of D. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's top of A. He might go into S just based on talent, but for the first 8 weeks of the season, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. And then for the last 8 weeks, he cools off. And then they start running the ball more. And I don't know why. You can blame Pete Carroll for that. But do I want to put him in A? I'm going to put him in S. I don't know what I was thinking. He's one of the most clutch players in the league. Daniel Jones goes into C. I'm not going to talk much about Daniel Jones. He's a turnover machine. Daniel Jones, apparently eats buttered popcorn before every game because he can't hold on to the ball. Kirk Cousins is my first B because he's better than average, but he's not on the same level as Dak, I don't think. Obviously, notorious for not being clutch. Took him 7 years to win a Monday Night Football game. Josh Allen goes into A tier. I think Josh Allen's better than Dak. No, I don't. Look, Josh Allen, he's a great guy. I'm sure he's fantastic. He had one good year this last year. The year before that, his accuracy was terrible. And you can put some of that on Stephon Diggs this year on why it was so good. And obviously he has Stephon Diggs this year, but he's just kind of okay. I mean, accuracy wise, when you have Stephon Diggs who gets open 90% of the time, it's going to be easy to put the ball there. But I still think he's A. He's got the talent. He's got the leadership, it seems like, up in Buffalo. So I'm going to put him in A. Justin Herbert. This might be a hot take, but I think he's B. I think a lot of times with rookie quarterbacks, and I know he broke the record for touchdowns. He's still young. Yes, he had one good year, but now the teams have more film on you. They're going to know what to do to stop you. I think Justin Herbert's immensely talented. Love Justin Herbert. Won me a fantasy football championship last year. Shout out to Dysfunctional Misfits. But, next one's Ryan Tannehill. I actually think Ryan Tannehill is super underrated. He's an A quarterback for me. His accuracy and just really overall play since he left Miami has been super good. You can blame that on Crazy Eyes Adam Gase. If you've seen Adam Gase's interview, if you haven't, look it up. Dude is a psychopath. Next we got Tua Tagovailoa, kind of putting him in C. Didn't do a whole lot with his opportunity last year. Didn't have a lot of weapons or protection, so can't really expect much. But he's just kind of average for me right now. I love Tua. Watched him a lot at Alabama. But right now he's average. This is a fun one. We have the Saints with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. If they go with Jameis Winston, I'm putting them in C. But if they go with Taysom Hill, I'm putting them in D. Taysom Hill is not a quarterback. You can tell me whatever you want. He's an athlete. When kids are coming out of high school and going into college, they have athlete listed as their position. That's because they can't play a technical position. Sure, he can play wide receiver, but if you line him up at wide receiver every snap, he's not going to do anything. If you line him up at tight end every snap, he'll be an average tight end. Taysom Hill, you got to give it to the guy. He's made an NFL career. He got paid. But to think that he's going to be an above average starting quarterback is just insane to me. That being said, I'm going to put him in C. I think Jameis Winston's going to start. I think he should start. So that being said, I'm going to put him in C. Kyler Murray goes in B. If you told me if we did this 1 year from today, I would have put him in A just because of the season he had 2 years ago. But he definitely cooled off last year. I think he has to work on kind of setting his feet more and kind of taking what the defense gives instead of trying to scramble all the time. Kind of the same problem that Russell Wilson has. There will be times where it's unnecessary to go out of the pocket and try to make a play. I know he's 5'9", but sometimes you just need to stay in the pocket and take those hits. And he's so good at avoiding hits otherwise. I think he can take it to get hit a little bit in the pocket and kind of make those strong throws. Derek Carr's kind of underrated, but kind of overrated at the same time. I think he's definitely better than everyone in C, so I'm going to put him in B. Not going to spend too much time on it. I mean, he has good completion percentage, kind of on the same level as Kirk Cousins, above average. Not going to spend that much time. Jalen Hurts is going to go in C. Is he? No. I mean, there are reports he's had a strong camp. But until I see it in the regular season, I got to put him in D. I mean, D's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. It says D, which you assume would be bad. But D to me is just unproven. Like, I need to see more. And going along with Baker Mayfield, I think Baker Mayfield's in B. I think he's kind of on the same level with like Kyler Murray. Has great precision. Decent arm, definitely above average, can sling it a little bit. Okay, everyone always says that Odell's worse for the offense because he always targets Odell. Odell when healthy, is a top 7 receiver. Like anyone forgets that. Everyone and anyone. So I'd target him all the time too if he was on my team. Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. I don't know. Maybe the top of C. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated. He can't stay healthy. His accuracy is okay. His arm strength is okay. I think he's C. Trey Lance, I mean, I'd put him probably in the same thing, just based off potential, but C. Same thing with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. They're just kind of average quarterbacks right now. I need to see better from Drew Lock. I need to see more from Drew Lock. And Teddy Bridgewater is your classic C quarterback, conservative, not going to turn the ball over. Matt Stafford. I'm going to put Matt Stafford in A. Do I? Yeah. Because I take Matt Stafford over Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield. Some say his stats are padded, and yes, to a point, maybe. But it's still against NFL talent and NFL defenses. And he has one of the strongest arms in league history. And he can make all the throws. I think he's going to kill it with Sean McVay in LA this year. So I'm putting him in A. I mean, definitely on the lower part of A, but definitely in A. The Bears are in C. Well, I do love Justin Fields. I think he's going to be great. Andy Dalton, C. I mean, and right now, even if it was just Justin Fields, I'd put him in C just because I need to see it. Lamar Jackson will go in A. Lamar Jackson is improving as a thrower for sure. He's definitely not a running back, as everyone wants to call him. And when you can have that dual threat, he rushed for 1,000 yards last year. When you can have that and improving as a thrower, and your only weapon was really Mark Andrews last year, and now you have Marquise Brown coming back. You have Rashad Bateman, although he's hurt. You have him. You have Sammy Watkins for the 4 weeks that he'll be healthy. I think Lamar's definitely going to improve and shock a lot of people and continue to shock people who keep doubting him as just a running back. Big Ben. I'm going to put Big Ben at the end of A. He's definitely on the decline. I mean, what do you want me to say about Big Ben, man? I mean, if Big Ben plays like he did 2 years ago, he'll be A for sure. But if he plays like last year, I mean, he didn't really wow you with anything last year. I just don't really know what to make of Big Ben. I mean, for leadership and all those qualities and tangibles, I'll put him in A, but I don't know. I just want to move on. Matt Ryan's definitely in the low part of B. I don't think Matt Ryan earned that. I mean, don't get mad at me, Falcons fans. He had the stats for the MVP, but it was kind of the perfect season for him. And ever since then, he's kind of just been average. I think B is being nice to him. I mean, he's had Julio Jones. He's had Calvin Ridley. He's had Hayden Hurst. He's had Todd Gurley, even though it's a shell of himself. But he's had the offensive weapons. He just hasn't been able to do much. You can blame offensive coordinating and stuff. But when you're a veteran of his caliber, you shouldn't have to rely on an offensive coordinator as much as, say, a Justin Herbert or some of these younger quarterbacks. And I'm not comparing Matt Ryan to Peyton Manning, but do you think Peyton Manning needed an offensive coordinator? Not really. Didn't really matter. Carson Wentz is going to go in the top of C. I can like Carson Wentz now that he's not on the Eagles. I always kind of liked Carson Wentz, except for him being on the Eagles. I would have to hate him. But I do like Carson Wentz. He's has the talent. He's back with Frank Reich, who he had his MVP season with before he got hurt with the Eagles. He is hurt right now with the ankle injury, but I think he'll be back. The weapons stay healthy for him. I think he's going to have a really great season. So right now I'm going to put him in the top of C, but he could definitely finish B, maybe even A if he finishes that well. Patriots, I'm just going to put the Patriots in C. Cam Newton's a C quarterback at this point. Nothing special there. Arm is diminishing on him. Mac Jones, unproven. Moving on. Last and certainly not least, we have Trevor Lawrence. I'm putting Trevor Lawrence in C. I know I put Zach Wilson in D. Look, I get it. Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 overall pick for a reason. He's been the number 1 overall pick since high school for a reason. Okay? I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a great starter in this league. And Travis Etienne just got knocked out for the year with an injury, but I think they still have enough weapons for him. I think he's going to have a really good season. I think he's better than Zach Wilson. I think he's better than Sam Darnold. I think he's better than Jalen Hurts. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in C. There you go, guys. There is my tier list. We have 4 in S tier, 6 in A tier, 6 in B tier. I don't know how many in C tier, and then 3 in D tier. And again, D tier is not saying they're trash. D tier is just saying you're not really average, or I haven't seen you enough. And for Jalen Hurts and Zach Wilson, I just haven't seen them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate all the support on the Epsilon channel. Hopefully we can bang these out more often. Maybe get a running back video, wide receiver video, tight end video, all the positions for you guys. Football's coming up. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, guys. Peace out.